What real estate agents won't tell you about living here in Maryland. Most people think buying a home in Maryland is just like anywhere else in the Northeast. But here's what real estate agents won't tell you. You might not even fully own your driveway. And that's just the beginning. I'm Nick Waldner with the Waldner Winners team of Keller, and after helping over 400 families last year buy and sell homes all across Maryland, I've seen firsthand how these surprises can catch people off guard. Whether you're relocating, moving within the state, or just starting your home search, knowing what's ahead can help you avoid costly mistakes. Let's start with the small daily adjustments that surprise most new Maryland homeowners. If you're coming from a state where you can grab a bottle of wine at your local grocery store, Maryland's going to catch you off guard fast. But that's only the start. There are the daily things here that surprise buyers all the time, from the strange shopping rules to the high closing costs, and even how crabs affect home prices. Maryland has some twists most people don't expect, so let's talk a little bit about it. Let's start with the alcohol sales system. Maryland has some strict rules for alcohol sales that surprise some of the new residents. Unlike most states, you cannot buy wine or liquor in the grocery store. Here, you have to go to a separate liquor store for those items. This becomes a small but constant hassle for people used to the one-stop shop. It's a lifestyle change, but hey, maybe you shouldn't be drinking so much anyway. And while that's just a small adjustment, stick around because later I'm going to break down something that hits your wallet a little bit harder. Let's talk about Maryland's blue crab economy. Maryland's economy depends a lot on the blue crab industry, bringing in about $600 million a year. Seasonal crab festivals are just part of the fun. They show how important crabs are to the local economy. Now, while important, there's been some environmental and economic challenges associated with blue crabs. The blue crab population fell from 317 million in 2024 to 238 million in 2025. That's a 25% drop that could really hurt some of these local economies. Most agents won't mention this link between the environment and the local economy during a showing. Maryland's closing cost burden. Now, Maryland has some of the highest closing costs in the country, averaging about 3.73% of the home's price. For a $500,000 home, that's almost $20,000 in extra costs. For most buyers coming from out of state, they're expecting a 2 to 3%, which causes a little bit of a budget problem. But Maryland also has a transfer tax, with sellers usually paying half a percentage of the sales price, or $2,500 on a $500,000 home. Sellers often add this cost to their asking price, making homes a little bit harder to afford for the average buyer. And that's just the beginning. Right now, I'm about to share something that I often see happening, and it catches buyers off guard. But before that, listen, guys, I've shared some eye-opening facts about Maryland's property taxes, stuff most agents won't tell you, but that's just one of the many surprises waiting for you here in Maryland if you're a home buyer. If you want to avoid the costly mistakes and get the insider tips, hit that subscribe button. Watch me again. Let me share all kinds of stuff with you. In this channel, you'll find real estate secrets, like hidden inventory and neighborhood tips that you probably won't find anywhere else. But that's just the beginning. Right now, I'm about to share something that I see often catching buyers off guard, especially the new ones here in Maryland. You know what catches buyers off guard? Finding out that after you buy, you don't fully own your driveway. This happens way more in Maryland than most agents will tell you. And that's just the start. Property lines can get messy. Are you in a flood risk? It's way bigger than people think. And with new construction, there's just not enough of it. So let's break all this down to explain exactly what this means. Maryland's Empower program works with big utilities like BG&E and Pepco, but the rebates go to builders, not buyers. So you won't see the direct savings. However, this pushes builders to use better energy standards, but no checks to the buyers. A new 2025 law also allows small ADU homes on single-family lots. So towns have until October 1st, 2026 to set their rules and how they're going to handle ADUs. Now, these ADUs could raise home values in some areas, bringing both a risk and reward to buyers. Next up, let's talk about a financial surprise that affects every Maryland homeowner. What I found out about Maryland property taxes will shock anyone moving from out of state. If you think you've budgeted correctly for a home in Maryland, let me show you the numbers that made several of my clients panic in the past. Property taxes here are rising fast, and most homeowners don't see it coming. And taxes are just the start. From the missing savings programs to surprise closing costs and big tax jumps from one county to the next, these money traps can hit you hard unless you know. Here's what you need to watch for. Maryland has seen some big jump in property values over the past 3 years. Group 1 properties went up 20.1% statewide during that time. Home values went up 21.1%, while commercial properties rose 16.4%. The higher values mean property taxes are going up, making homes harder to afford when you look at it from a monthly budget standard. Most buyers don't plan for these fast tax changes when setting up their monthly budgets, and many get hit with these higher bills after buying their home. There are actually cases where the yearly taxes jump from $8,200 a year to $11,400 after reassessment. That's $3,200 a year or $267 more every month in your payment. And big increases like this can force buyers to choose cheaper homes to be prepared. Now, these surprise tax hikes are a stress for homeowners that are already paying a mortgage. However, they can be avoided if you're working with the right agent and they can show these things to you. Over time, more reassessments can make owning the home even more expensive. However, there are some ways to avoid that. Maryland offers many tax relief programs, but most agents don't explain them. The homestead tax credit, write that down, limits how much your property tax can go up each year as long as you're living in the home. To qualify, this must be your main residence and you must live there for at least 6 months a year. For people in lower income, the homeowner's tax credit puts a cap on how much they owe. In 2025, the deadline to apply is October 1st, but many people miss it because no one tells them. Both these programs could save you money, but lots of homeowners never apply. There are some Maryland first-time homebuyer incentives. Maryland offers first-time homebuyer savings account with special tax benefits. You can qualify if you haven't owned a home in Maryland in the last 7 years. You have 15 years to use the money after opening the account. This program helps buyers save more and plan better. The tax benefits grow over time, making your savings work even harder. Maryland's property tax rates change a lot from one county to the other. Two homes with the same price in different areas can have vastly different taxes yearly. You need to check the total yearly cost, not just the home prices when comparing places. When we're working with buyers, we want to know principal, interest, taxes, and insurance to get you a clear picture of exactly what you'll owe each month. Maryland's transfer tax splits the cost between the buyer and seller. The seller usually pays about 0.5% of the sales price. So for a $600,000 home, that's about $3,000. And they can actually add that to the cost of the house, and that comes out of the sales price they receive. And for first-time home buyers, there's actually an exemption where you can get that fee waived. Maryland has some disclosure laws that are pretty interesting. The Maryland law says that sellers must fill out what's called a property disclosure form. This form is based on what seller knows about the home. Are there any leaks in the roof? Are there any problems with the HVAC or the heating system? Is there any water that stands on the property over 24 hours? All of the things that a seller would know about living in the property, they must disclose this to the buyer. It does not require an outside inspection. So this is literally a seller telling you about their home from their experience living there. The downside of this is if a seller doesn't know about the problem, there isn't anything to disclose. So what we're looking for isn't a latent defect, is if a seller knows that on a beautiful sunny day, their basement is dry and perfect, but on a heavy rain, they do have spots of moisture or leakage. They have to disclose that to a buyer. So we're looking for the seller to disclose anything they know about that as we're walking through the home, we wouldn't know unless it was a heavy rain day. So again, this is ways to protect the home buyer when you're looking for your first home. While this is great, and I'm glad that they have this law, I will always ask my buyers to get a full professional inspection. This can catch all of the things that maybe the seller didn't even know about. Maryland puts some responsibility on the seller to disclose, but really it's the buyer's job to check everything from top to bottom of the house to make sure you stay safe. Okay, what I'm about to explain gives some buyers first access to homes that never show up on Zillow. This is something most agents won't share because it means they make less money. All right, guys, are you ready for the grand payoff? The hidden inventory. Here's what I love about working with connected buyers in Maryland. They get first access to homes that 90% of buyers never even see. I'm talking about hidden listings, private showings, rule changes that most agents won't explain. This is how my clients avoid bidding wars, find better deals. Let me show you a little bit about how it works. Maryland has many home sales that never appear on the public websites. Most buyers only see the homes listed online. So if you're searching on Zillow or Trulia or one of those, you might not see this entire other inventory. Many of them sell before even appearing. Now, I've seen this time and time again, helping over 400 people last year alone. In May of 2025, Maryland had 21,000 homes for sale. It's a 16.7% jump from last year. 8,715 were new listings this month. But those numbers miss many of the top homes that sell before even going public. The best homes often sell privately to buyers with well-connected agents. Now, you may hear of the Bright MLS and their coming soon status, which gives early access to select buyers. In 2024, a 21-day limit was removed, so homes can actually stay on the coming soon as long as needed. Listings still must enter the MLS within 2 days of signing the listing agreement, but these changes give connected buyers more time to see and buy homes early. Agents with strong local connections track these homes closely. This creates two markets, one for the connected buyers and one for the general public. Which one do you want to be? Now, something else about the coming soon or the public market is the shadow inventory. And what is a shadow inventory, you might ask? In a team like mine, we're the #1 Keller Williams team in all of Maryland and DC. We go on more listing appointments every single month so we know when people are thinking about selling. It might be a client we met with yesterday who says, I want to sell at the end of summer, or someone who says, I'm ready to go live at the beginning of next year. All of these appointments lead to a massive list of homes that are available to buy but not quite ready yet. With our clients, we can allow them to look at that list to see if there's a home not on the market that might be perfect for exactly what they're looking for. Now, one of the big rule changes that we're seeing is August. A new rule from August of 2024 changed how agents get paid. Agents can no longer list their pay rate in the MLS. Now, some sellers now refuse to pay a buyer agent commission. Because of this, some agents avoid showing homes with no commission. And this limits what you as the buyer actually get to see. This is why it's so important to work with agents who put clients first. This change makes early access even more valuable for buyers working with the right agent. Take, for example, one of our buyers in Severna Park. There's a neighborhood, it's called Chartwell, and there's a golf community there that has a community pool, golf course, social membership as well, and it is a highly sought after area. So we were able to find 4 different homes this year alone that never hit the market, that was never open to the general public, never even went coming soon. And we got our buyers access to those between a combination of sellers that we knew were looking to sell and agents that we had great relationships with. This is our way of getting buyers exactly what they want without having to compete with the entire general public. If you're thinking about buying, especially in an area that is sought after, you need to work with the right agent who has the right connections and the right opportunities that might just be perfect for you. Another opportunity that I'm really proud of is we had a seller who was extremely interested in selling, but did not want to sign in the property, did not want to go on the MLS, and did not want showings or open houses. They wanted this to be a private, intimate deal. Now, because we have so many great buyers and so many great sellers, we were able to connect to and get both exactly what they wanted. The seller got exactly what they wanted. They kept their privacy and they weren't stressed out or feeling awful at all, while the buyer found the exact home of their dreams and didn't have to compete with 15 other offers. These are just some of the benefits of working with one of the top teams in Maryland. Now, the coming soon market really helps us as well-connected agents. So there may be an agent who places a home in coming soon, and we're able to reach out and find out more details, get interior pictures or videos for our buyer clients to let them know early exactly what's available. Most agents won't talk about coming soon homes. It takes extra work. It takes strong broker relationships to access them, and some agents will just avoid these homes because they earn less money. Instead, they only show the public listings with clear commissions, and this limits a buyer's options. Getting access takes more effort and more relationship, but it's what good agents do. It's one big reason why connected buyers get better homes. The families who understand this system and work with the agents who have access to get into the better homes at better prices with less competition are the ones that win. If you rely on the public listings, are you gonna get the best deal possible? You may end up in bidding wars or paying over asking or buying homes that connected buyers had already passed on weeks earlier. So just make sure you know about the hidden inventory and you're not missing out on that perfect home. So if you've made it this far, whether you're adjusting to Maryland's unique shopping rules or understanding the property details like shared driveways, planning for local taxes or flood insurance, taking advantage of off-market homes, each of these points gives you an edge. So the more you know, the easier it is to make smart choices and enjoy everything Maryland living has to offer. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home here in Maryland and want a team who knows how to navigate all these hidden factors, send me an email at hello@waldnerwintersteam.com. Whether you're just starting out, maybe you're just looking, maybe you're ready to make your move, we're here to help and to find you the right home at the right price and avoid the surprises most buyers never see coming. Wondering what's coming next from Maryland? Check out this video that I've linked on the screen where I can get you details on the $7 billion in developments that are improving our area. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.